Alrighty, so welcome. So I'm actually coming to you live from my mom's kitchen in Akron, Ohio. Technically, she lives in Cuyahoga Falls. So if you can say that out loud, it's like one of those towns you have to tell everybody how to pronounce it. I actually live in Corning, New York, but I have been here taking care of my mom. So whether you're watching live or if you're watching the recording, I hope you find this to be helpful. We are going to make one of my absolute favorite recipes of this season. It's called honey sriracha chicken. And I've got our family size 12-inch skillet, I'm not sure what we call this thing anymore, with some oil already heating up in it. We're going to get this thing going so that I don't keep you too long. I want you to think about those nights that you get home from work, or if you work from home like I do, and you're just like, dinner. And you really kind of have a taste for something a little interesting, but you really don't want to get takeout again, or you don't want to spend the money. I just was doing our budget and realized how much we spent on restaurants in January. And I'm like, oh, not where I want my money to go. But you don't have the time or the energy to do anything extravagant. This could become your go-to recipe for a night like that. It is so simple, as you're about to see, and it is so delicious. So you start with some boneless, skinless chicken. The recipe calls for thighs. I've got chicken breast because that's what I had on hand. So you can use either. You're going to season that chicken with some salt and pepper. And here's a tip for that. If you don't know this, I didn't know this, that you can let your chicken sit out for a bit. You want to let it sit out for a good solid 15 minutes with that salt and pepper on it. Or if that makes you nervous, just, put it back in the fridge. But if you can salt and pepper it for a good solid 15 minutes before you start to cook your chicken, it will actually cook up much more tender, which is, of course, a win for everybody. And I like to use these flexible cutting mats when I'm working with chicken because then I can just put them right in the dishwasher and not worry about the chicken goobers getting on anything. So we just have this chicken going in here, and you're going to just let it cook for about 5 minutes without touching it, which is the hardest part of the whole thing, right? Because we want to stir it around and turn it around, and you don't want to do that. You just want to have it in a nice flat layer, let it go for a solid 5 minutes, and then we'll turn it. You'll know it's ready if you didn't set a timer, because you'll start to see the edges are going to get that white, I don't know what to call it, but it's kind of white around the edges. And that's how you know it's getting close to that 5 minutes. So let me talk to you about this pan. This is my go-to pan for everything from stir fry to something like this, to fried potatoes, to any kind of pasta, anything that I need a big batch of. I love this pan, and there are a couple of recipes in the e-cookbook that was posted this morning that use a pan this size. There are a few things that I really believe everyone deserves to have in your kitchen, and one of them is just a really good, decent, non-stick frying pan or saute pan. So this is the 12-inch family size, comes with the glass lid. Okay, now we can hear. And they are oven proof. They are also dishwasher safe. They are virtually indestructible. You can use knives on them. I don't recommend you do, but you can. You can use metal utensils on them. They are husband proof is what I like to say. And they are just going to hold up forever for you. We have 3 different lines of cookware. This is our Brilliance, which just came out in the fall. It is my favorite. We have our, I can't remember what they renamed it, but it's the one that the handles come off. I like those pans just fine, but the Brilliance is my favorite. Part of it because it has this lip, so you can pour and it doesn't dribble everywhere. And then we also have the stainless nonstick, which are the other pans that get a lot of use in my kitchen at home. My husband's actually an executive chef. I don't remember if I put that in my bio. And he loves those pans for doing any kind of something where you want to sear your meat. But he loves these pans because there's 2 different fry pans available, which I always thought they were called saute pans, but they're the ones you would use for your eggs and omelets and things that you want to be able to flip. He loves them. When this was introduced at our national conference, I literally took pictures and texted him right away because I knew he was going to be so happy about these pans, and he does. Really highly recommend them. They are actually a 7-layer pan. And here's my best tip. if your cookware is looking pretty sad, and I'm going to just take a guess that unless you paid a lot of money for it or you just got it, chances are your pants have seen better days. Investing in Pampered Chef cookware is so easy because full price, it's an incredible value, but to really get the most bang for your buck, host a party and you can get it for half price. It is such a great way. And when you book from your host, she gets a really great bonus when you book from her party. So it's a win-win for everybody. And we'll have new recipes and all kinds of things at your party. And it's just a great way to do it. So that's my best tip for getting cookware. Don't pay full price for it. Just book from your friend and I'll help you get it for half price or maybe even less. And you will be so glad you did. Right before I came on live, I got a text from one of my January hosts, and it was just, I have to frame it because she's like, thank you so much for asking me if I wanted to do a party, because not only did she get I don't even know, $300 in free products and a whole bunch of half price and 60% off deals, but she had 3 people booked from her party. And when you have 3 bookings from your party, you get a $50 gift card when those parties all hold from Pampered Chef, in addition to the other booking bonuses. So she's just like, thank you so much. So I just want to throw that out there because it's so easy to host. I do all the heavy lifting. You just invite your friends and show up, and then you get so many great rewards. Now, we have another kind of party that I want to tell you about too, which is called our Friends and Family Discount or Shared Rewards Party. And in that party, what you can do is, rather than taking all the host benefits yourself, everybody in the party gets a discount, and it can be up to 25% off across the board. So that's kind of a fun alternative as well. Okay, so this is where you're going to see I'm not doing it exactly the way the recipe calls for, which I will post so you guys will all get this because it calls for broccoli, and I don't have any broccoli. I thought I did, and then I remembered that I made broccoli soup. But I do have the onions and peppers, and I'm going to tell you about that broccoli soup here in just a minute, and you will understand why I don't have any broccoli. So I mentioned having a good pan. The next thing I really believe everyone deserves to have in your kitchen is a really good knife. So let me bring this over so you can see it better. I think that's better. Let me adjust the camera a little. Woo, see that without dropping it. This is our forged chef's knife. I mentioned my husband's a chef, so yes, this is his favorite knife for sure. And it is just unbelievable. The quality control that our company goes through to make sure our products are the highest quality in the market for what we have to offer is unbelievable. And these knives test 40% sharper than comparable knives out there at those high-end kitchen stores. And they're so beautiful to use. And, you don't have to get big chef's knife. We have other sizes available, but they do even show you how to use it. It's got this little thing here where you put your thumb so you know how to hold it and make it super easy. I love this knife. Now, we do have a non-forged version that some of you might like better, but it's really a matter of preference. But I will tell you, not just my husband, but guys who cook at all, they go for the forged. So give yourself permission to buy a really good knife. You take care of a forged knife properly and it will last you a lifetime. You're never going to find it all rusting in the bottom of the drawer somewhere. They just hold up beautifully. Okay, so at this point, we would be throwing that broccoli in as well. We can't because I don't have any. I do have some spinach I thought about throwing in just for color, but I don't know that the flavor would go so well. So now what we're going to add is the honey sriracha seasoning, a little bit of soy sauce, and some lime juice, which is the other thing I'm missing. So the honey sriracha seasoning is available in the catalog. You'll find it, and it is so yummy. Oops. I knew that didn't smell like honey sriracha. Honey sriracha, there we go. That smells like lemon garlic. Oh, because it is lemon garlic. So we need a tablespoon of that. And of course, I don't know if this happens in your house, but in my house, I always lose a tablespoon. I don't know where they disappear to. So we just need also a tablespoon of soy sauce to go in here also. The honey sriracha is like that perfect blend of sweet and spicy. So it's got a little bit of zip to it, but it's not gonna, I mean, unless somebody's just really not a fan of spicy, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna stir this in. I do not have a lime. I do have lemons, but I don't think it's gonna give us quite the same flavor. So you're just gonna pretend that I put a lime in here. And the only other thing we do, we are going to add some cornstarch and water to kind of thicken this up. So that is how easy this is. And then you can serve it over rice or noodles or whatever you prefer. Oh, I forgot the honey. I knew there was something missing. This. So we call my mother the pampered mom. You can't have honey sriracha without the honey, right? This is the original measure-all cup that when I first started selling Pampered Chef, this is what we carried. And then we got so big, we could go to the people who make this and say, hey, you know what? We like it, but we want it to do different things. And so they've updated it to the ones that you'll find in the catalog where it does things like liquid and so forth. And it comes in different sizes, but this is my mom's original. She's probably had this over 20 years. And this is that thing you're going to love for measuring goopy, sticky things like honey and shortening and peanut butter. And I'll bet Jennifer Johnson, I'll bet you have one of these. Are you still with me?
I do. Mine's clear.
Yours is clear. Good. Yeah. So yours is a little newer. Yeah, it is just the bomb. Okay, so this is the part of the show where I'm supposed to put in 2 tablespoons of water and I eyeball it because I'm married to a chef and we just eyeball things at my house when we're cooking. But you could actually measure 2 tablespoons and I would be using my cute little 1-cup prep bowls if I were at my house, but it's hard. I keep moving more and more stuff here because I spend so much time here, but eventually I have to take it all back to New York. So I'm trying not to totally overdo it. Plus my mother gets kind of out of sorts when new things show up in her kitchen. She doesn't understand why her things aren't good enough. So, which is understandable. All right. So there we have it. Honey Sriracha chicken, ready to eat. I think that took me 15 minutes, not including the hunt for the soy sauce. So you can see how easy this recipe is. Wish you could smell it. It's so good. It's so good. So if you don't have honey sriracha seasoning on your wish list, you might want to think about adding that. So I want to show you a couple other things that are going on this month at the Pampered Chef that I think you will really find helpful. This is the rapid prep mandolin. Sorry, suddenly had a brain fart there. And I just want to show you all the things this does because it's amazing. It has been designed in such a way that the blades stay away from your fingers or vice versa. And it does all different kinds of things. So I'm actually going to start by showing you how to slice this potato. Real thin. Well, that's not thin. Let me put it on thin. Well, you can get the idea. This is not thin, but you can do real thin for like your scalloped potatoes. But then you can also turn this dial. Get it to the right spot here. And it will make, I don't know if you can see those, but here's your French fries. Now, it does not just do potatoes. It will do, well, sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. It will, you can slice your onions on here, any manner of vegetable that you would slice. You can slice Brussels sprouts, you can slice broccoli, cauliflower, anything that you want to slice up real quick. You put it in this popper, you set the dial. It has a bunch of different settings on the back, comes with a great manual to show you how to use it. And that I also send you a video so that it takes you through like all the different things it does. Dishwasher safe, super easy, super safe to use. Instead of you sliding the food across a blade, it's pushing the blade across your food. So it's just designed in a way to make it easier to use, safer to use, and then it all stores flat. This guy pops off. Whoops, it'll set in there when I don't have potatoes in it. Just all stores right in your cupboard. And so super love this thing. This also on sale this month is the manual food processor. And this is, I always describe this, if you have our food chopper, this is like the food chopper on steroids. So we're just gonna throw those potatoes in because, hey, we have them. Why not? So you're gonna chunk up your food, throw the lid on, and you time you want it chopped, and there you have it. Again, these two pieces are both dishwasher safe. This is ideal for making that salsa for your Super Bowl Sunday party. All right, I want to hear who's having a Super Bowl party, even just because it's for the food, right? You don't care who's playing. You just want the food, right? That's me. My son was showing me what he's making for Super Bowl, and he lives like 12 hours away. I'm like, buddy, it's not fair. I can't come to your party. So yeah, I love Super Bowl just for the food. I may or may not have a favorite team this year, although they took out my real favorite team, so it's hard to know. Anyway, I'm not making this look as lovely as it is, but it really is quite simple. And again, like I said, coarse, or you can go super fine. And I'm going to throw those in water and make my mom a hash browns for breakfast in the morning with that. All right. Also on sale this month is our Taste Buds program. And I love this. This is like dinner plan sent to your door. Every month you get 3 recipe cards and 3 different seasoning packets. And usually it's something in our seasoning line and a +1. So for instance, we already carry lemon garlic. We already carry the herbs de Provence. I think I said that right. But this is the savory maple. And it is so good. And if our customers give a good enough response on this, yes, Jennifer, they are all gluten-free. Yes, that's a great question. Thanks for asking that. And if they get a good response on this, they'll put it in the line, which is how we ended up with that honey sriracha in our rub line, because it was in Taste Buds a couple years ago, and we all went, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So they added it to the line. So you get 3 recipe cards, 3 seasonings, a bunch of support on our website, on an exclusive table part of the website. And you can sign up for a month, 3 months, 6 months, and it comes to your door. So it's sort of like those other meal delivery cooking kind of things, except for it's a lot less expensive because you're going to get your own ingredients, and it's a lot less wasteful in my opinion. But that's because my daughter's in environmental science, so I get a little, weird about stuff you throw away. But anyway, and then it also, so you get the 3 recipes, but they give you more than enough. So like this I made last night, the lemon garlic, it was lemon garlic pasta, went over very well with my mama right here. So that was last night's recipe, and there is still, oh my goodness, at least a 1/4 cup of seasoning left in the packet. So that's the lemon garlic. Thing with the herbs de Provence, that was the chicken thing the night before, and there's easily a 1/4 cup still in there. So they give you other recipe ideas for the seasonings in addition to the recipes they send. And like I said, there's a whole website devoted to Taste Buds. This month, you can try the 3-month subscription, and you get the first month free. So it's a really great time to try it out and see if you like it. And if you don't, it's okay if you don't keep going with it, but you might find that it just really simplifies your meal plan. I know for me, it's like when Taste Buds come, I'm like, oh, great. And so there's clearly enough for at least 2 recipes to make each recipe twice in those little packets, easily enough for making it twice. So basically I can plan, I have 6 meals for the month planned, because I'll just make each recipe twice, like every other week. And that's like a big load off my mind when it comes to menu planning. And a lot of the Taste Buds recipes over the years have become my family favorites. The honey sriracha chicken started as a Taste Buds recipe, and oh my goodness, my husband, the chef, loves that recipe. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is my blender back here, because it is on special this month, and I could spend an hour talking about the blender. This is not your typical blender. It is the second most used appliance in my kitchen. The most used appliance in my kitchen is our air fryer. Our air fryer is not your typical air fryer. It is bigger, it is better, it does rotisserie, it does so many things. So we use that pretty much every day. This baby gets used many times a week. I made broccoli soup with it yesterday, and this is how easy you do it is for soup. You put the broccoli in, you put the chicken broth in, you put an onion in, a couple pieces of garlic, and you turn the setting to soup. Make sure the lid's on first. Turn it to soup. There it is. You push start, and it starts cooking the soup. And I mean, it cooks the soup. The soup is boiling by the time it's done. You can do your cheese sauce for your nachos for your Super Bowl party in the cooking blender. You literally throw the ingredients in, turn it to sauce, press start, and 15 minutes later, you have cheesy sauce. I don't even think it takes that long, honestly. Applesauce, any kind of fruit jelly or jam can be made in this. Applesauce is one of my favorites to show, and I'll find that I have a video on YouTube. I'll post it in the party so you can see. Homemade nut butter. I was actually eating the peanut butter I made in this and wishing I had peanuts in the house. I would have shown you how to make it, but again, I do have it on video. I'll post it. Less than 3 minutes. You pour the peanuts in, you set it to grind, and in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you have the creamiest peanut butter you will ever taste in your life. And I love the fact that if I just get whole peanuts, and I get the lightly salted, you can also just get raw. It has 0 sugars, it has 0 additives. I can eat it, feel good about it, feel good about feeding my grandchildren that peanut butter, and my mother for that matter, and me. The other thing I love to make in this, I've made almond butter as well. The other thing I love to make is the nut milk. So if you're the kind of person, maybe you or someone in your family has a milk intolerance and you're buying almond milk, you can make almond milk in this for less than $1. It's about a full liter-ish. I don't know. It's quart and a half, whatever that measures to. It's a lot of almond milk for less than $1. I buy my raw almonds at Costco, and I pay, I think, $11 for the bag, and I get 11 to 12 batches of almond milk out of that one bag of almonds. It is so easy. It is so delicious. I feel like you can't really see this baby as well as I want you to, but I don't want it to fall off the counter either. That would be bad. There we go. That's a little better angle. This thing, it's phenomenal. So I will post some videos so you can check them out. They're short, 2-3 minutes each. See the things that it does. But if your blender is dying or you just need one that does more, my younger daughter actually lived in Uganda, and she is having her first baby in a month, actually in 2 weeks. And we are trying to find a way to get this over to her that'll work on the 220 volt, because for making baby food, this thing is a godsend. My older daughter that was like the game changer for her, was that she just throw, carrots and a little bit of water in here, set it to puree, have baby food just like that. And of course, living in Uganda, being able to make your own baby food is kind of a big deal. So this would simplify it for Hannah so much. So again, if you have somebody who's feeding little people and is trying to do whole food without additives, this baby, I cannot say enough about it. I use it so much, I actually bought a second pitcher, because sometimes I have one pitcher in the fridge with, I don't know, something ready to go in it. You can literally just like put your stuff in and set it in the fridge until you want to, start it later in the day, whatever you want to do. It is fantastic. So I just wanted to put that plug in for that. And it is on sale this month. If you decide you'd like to host your own party, you can also get this as a half price item, and you would get it, it's half off the sale price, which brings it down to like ridiculously inexpensive. So don't be fooled by the knockoffs out there. If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. This thing is just amazing. It is amazing. It is absolutely one of our most popular appliances, probably second to the air fryer among my customers for sure. So, all right. Well, I have really gone on here. Thank you for staying on. If you think of anything, you should have gotten a text message, Jennifer. I know you already have certainly gotten one from me. Anybody watching this, if you haven't gotten a text from me, text me at 562-5494, and I will get right back to you. If you think of things, please just ask. Texting me is the surest way to get a quick answer, or of course you can post your question on the party page as well. Again, if there's anything, another product you want to see a short demo on, anything, just, let me know and I will do my best. Okay. Have a great night, guys. Bye.